my friends, it's Velvet. I am here today to try some more jelly plate printing. I'm all set up. I think I have 1,000,001 inks and paints out. I think you can see them. I've got some scrap paper here. I think actually what I want to do is, I think I'm going to fold this in half to give myself more space for the runoff there. All right, so I picked out a couple of magazine prints. I got a couple of old, not real old, just a couple years old, like Harper's Bazaar and Elle and Allure and Vogue on eBay for like $1.99 each and free shipping. So I snagged those up and I tore them apart last night. And so I thought I would give a couple of these a shot. So I'm going to start with my lamp black. This is just a cheap acrylic paint. Hopefully everything is in screen. I think it is. Yeah. Okay. So I may actually try and pull something as a... Oh, actually, I'm going to try her first because I know there's going to be an issue because she's wearing white and the background's white. So I'll try her first and see what happens because my plate looks a little ick. It just, I didn't clean it well last time. What I did was I wrapped it in this Tim Holtz, craft mat where you can see that I go over the edge. And when I did, it didn't occur to me that the jelly plate would pick up the ink that it was already on the craft mat, which was just my bad. All right, so let's give her a shot. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this off. I have not a lot of mobility when I have that on. So I'll take the clean one. Let's see if that worked. I think it did. So I'm going to set this aside where it's not going to get anything dirty. So I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can hold it up and not get too much of a glare. It's hard. I think that works. So you can see her face clearly. You can see where her t-shirt is supposed to be, but it's white like the background is. So, yeah, and you know what? That's okay. Because I just think that's okay. I really do. Go like that. Fold it. Just make sure that it's still in the screen here. I feel like either this pretty turquoise blue or this dioxazine purple are calling my name. Although the quinacridone magenta is so pretty. Like these three would look so good on a pull together, wouldn't they? They are just gorgeous colors. So I'm going to use one of these to pull. Woo! That was almost a disaster. To pull that. And we just want to make sure that that's dry. Oh, that's definitely not dry. So I know sometimes I will use something to try and speed it up. Use it as a fan. I lack some patience when it comes to things drying. Like sometimes I just do a bunch of things, set them aside, and then come back to them the next day, and that works for me. But like right now, I want this to be dry so I can pull it and see how it turns out. And my hope is that this will also clean up the plate a little bit. So one way to kind of tell if your ink is dry is if it still looks shiny. And of course that also depends on the kind of ink you're using. Like if you're using an iridescent ink, I keep saying ink, paint. If you're using an iridescent paint, it might look shiny anyway. You can do the finger touch thing. I think that's dry, so I'll just do that. I think that I have decided on turquoise blue. Let's just make sure this is open. Yes, it is. Now, from what I understand, you only need a thin layer to pull these. I thought you needed that base layer, the background, to be kind of thick, but apparently not. So, and what you should kind of do is go up in one direction first, just to make sure that your paint isn't running, the black that's on the bottom. So that's what I did, just to make sure that that paint was dry and that nothing else was going over top of it. Put that down. Okay, I think we're good. I have some paper here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is just copy paper. Okay. I'm using my clean brayer to hopefully pick this up. And then we'll have the reveal and see how it turned out. If it worked, I think this is going to be really pretty together, the turquoise and the black. It appears to have worked. Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, isn't that lovely? Now what I could do is I could take a stencil, or I could take a stamp and do some little, here's something I could do. I could do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Here's what I could do. I could take just a little tiny bit of the black and put it right on my brayer, just a tiny bit. Let's close this so there's no disasters. Okay, now let's see if this works. And I know that that ink is just right in the middle of my brayer. Now, I don't know if it doesn't look like that is transferring to... No, it didn't work. But let's see if this does. And hopefully I didn't just wreck this. But you know what? It's all trial and error. It just is. Yeah, we got a couple little spots. We're going to try this again later on. I'm thinking what I need to do is not brayer it on. I think I need to use a brush. Oh, what the heck. Let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I wreck it? Got a new brush. It's pretty. But what I need right now is not that new brush. I need something a little bit smaller. That might work. I'm just going to put this just right here on the paper. Look at that. Yes, I like that. I'm just gonna Oopsie. Not waste that ink. Ink. Ugh. For many, many years, I've been doing scrapbooking and paper crafting, and I always use ink, not paint. So I need to get out of that habit. Now, what else can we put down? I'm going to grab a stamp and see if I can do something. We can go this, we can go that. I do like that very much. Okay, now, get this brush, paint this on here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfect. I don't care how perfect it is. But what I do want is for it not to be. There we go. See, it's just little things like that. It just kind of, you know, it does something for the, there we go. And so then, you know, what I can do is once this is dry, I'll just cut around all of that. I love that. I do. I really do. Now, I should clean my stamps, but I'm terrible about that. All right, let's see. So what's next is this other lovely lady. Look at those shoes. Aren't they awesome? And they look comfortable too. But that's not the point today. The point is to try and get these so that they're actually, oh dear, that was a lot of ink. So they're actually turning out the way they're supposed to. I wish I had a second jelly plate so that I could rub this off onto it and then use it. Slide that over a little more. Good. Okay. Now we got to take some of this off. That's too much. And then when I'm done with, oh, I take too much up there. When I'm done with that, I am going to wash the stamp. Oh, look at what I just did. I got stuff all over me. I am going to wash the stamps and the brush. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like I want to be able to see that stamp. Let's see if this worked. There's a shoe. There's another shoe. Uh-oh, we've got an issue right here. Unless that's part of the skirt. Oh, look, half her body disappeared. Her skirt didn't come through. That's going to be interesting. And the stamp of the clock is there. You know what? That's okay, though. I just feel like that's okay. I do wonder if with black paint we could draw in her skirt. That might be kind of cool, eh? We're pushing our luck here. We are pushing our luck. Because I'm a newbie at this. Wish I could see what that skirt looked like. Should block that up with something. Well, we'll see what happens. I should have a baby wipe handy all the time. I should also have more papers to pull these with. That was the one thing I kind of forgot here. I could also have done this with a Posca paint pen. Drew in her skirt. Just trying to pick up a little bit of this. Ugh, my husband left the heater on in the basement. There we go. All right. Well, we know where I drew in the skirt is still wet. So we'll work on trying to dry that. You could, in a pinch, use a fan, like a little handheld fan, but you never want to apply heat to this to help it dry. It would ruin your jelly plate, from what I understand. I have never done that, and it wouldn't occur to me to do that because of this, what this is made out of. It just seems like it would melt it, right? I've just got one little spot here that I know is not dry. The rest of her is. I was thinking I would do this magenta here. It might be fun to combine the magenta with the purple. Wish her head wasn't cut off. I was so concerned about cutting off those cute shoes that it didn't occur to me to. Whatever. Okay, so let's do a little magenta up here. And we'll do a little purple down here. And see what happens. I'm painting that brush. This is going to look nice together. Get the paper ready, Velvet. Here's our paper. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. I think those are two pretty good colors together, though. I mean, hopefully they pull her up. I'm glad I drew that skirt in, though. Well, we'll see. Am I glad? Oh, let's do this, too. Let's see how we're doing. It looks like it was... Oh, yeah, that is lovely. Look at that. Oh, I really like that. So I would probably do some more stenciling and then maybe very light white splatters followed by very light black splatters on this. Isn't that nice? Love it. What am I doing with my done ones? How'd I lose a done one already? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's what we've done so far. Looking good, looking good. All right, let me get some more paper. Let's see. What have I got under here? Oh my goodness. I've got a lot of Here, bear with me just a second. So I've got some rice paper. I've got some, I don't know what that is. It's got a kind of a side you would print on and then the back side. But I think this is where I would put the ink. All right, let's find something else that we can try. Not all of these are going to work. Okay, is she or is she not contrasted enough? I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Let's just give it a shot. We need our lamp black. I've got a Mars black here somewhere too. It's not where I had, oh God, I've done it again. Way too much paint. Violet. All right, let's give her a shot. There she is on the back too. I think that this is a supermodel who is also a musician. I don't know who she is though. When I was pulling these out, I was kind of looking to see if I recognized anybody, and there are a few that are people I would know, but I don't really read fashion magazines anymore like I used to when I was young. So I just, a lot of new people I just wouldn't know. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. That could be kind of cool. That's a lot of black to let dry. That's okay. What color should we make her? I'm feeling like we should make her a light color. Like autumn brown. I could do this, whatever this color is. Light beige. Ooh, I could make her pretty pink. I could do the unbleached titanium. What to do? I could make her. This one is coral. Let's make her coral. Haven't used this yet, so. Okay. Let's just make sure there's nothing on here. Excuse the reach, sorry. Got thirsty. I woke up this morning not feeling great. Uh-oh. Look at that. It's pulling the... Well, that's not good. Yeah, so I wasn't feeling great this morning. Just kind of a chest cold kind of thing. Egads. I just... I don't know. Just kind of ick. So I've been really thirsty today, and I loaded up on some vitamin C. It's just weird because I just got my 5th COVID shot. So I had the first 2 with Pfizer. And what year did that come out? 21 or 20? Late 20? Whenever it was. I got those first 2 because I have a couple comorbidities. So I got it kind of early. And then I got a booster in 21, a booster in 22, and I just got another booster. So, yeah, that's kind of cleaned off. Blech, I'm a disaster. So I got that, I want to say on Tuesday, and I got that with a shingles, my first shingle shot, and I never have reactions to vaccines, never, ever, ever. just, you know, soreness in the spot where the shot was. But shots don't bother me or anything, so that feels a little damp still. But yeah, the shingles shot was still hurting this morning when I woke up, and it's Saturday morning. So, yeah, that was weird. But, I know that wouldn't make me feel ick today. I was outside last night with the dog several times, and the wind chill was like negative 20 or 30 or something like that here. So it's possible I wasn't dressed warm enough, and it just, you know, maybe my immunity is a little low right now. And I just picked up a little cold. Okay, I think she's dry. Let's try her with coral. I think this is a much thinner paint than the others. Alright, let's see what happens. I can't put that on top of there because... just because... oh, I think I'm going to need a lot more paint for this pretty lady. I guess with a thinner paint, you probably need a little bit more. But I thought when I was watching a video, somebody said with a thinner paint you need less. It seems to me like you would need more, but what do I know? Just like, if you want to completely cover it. I don't want this background to be super duper transparent. I want there to be some color, you know? Alright, let's try this on this side. Also, you need enough paint to actually pull that black, the picture off. So, you know, that's what I'm always worried about. The picture stays on the plate and then it takes you forever to get it off. I did watch a video yesterday or the day before where a woman doesn't really clean her plate because she likes doing grunge backgrounds, and eventually all that, you know, all those layers will come up and make really, really cool designs. I'm like, yeah, I dig that. Let's see. Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of. Oh. Yep. That didn't work. So that's going to have to get stenciled over. Although, I don't know. Let's just use something else, because I can still see her. I don't know about you. I'm going like that. Let's just see what we can do. See if we can salvage this. Oh, that's a pretty color, isn't it? Which one is this? Oh, phthalo green. Now, I don't think many of these colors I have not used, because I just got them. I was just using the stuff that I already had. Alright, I'm going to use this. This, I think, is some paper that we were cleaning out at work, and just kind of wanted to get rid of stacks of miscellaneous paper, so I grabbed it. I always grab the paper from work that they want to get rid of, because I just don't... I can use it for anything, really. You know, you can coffee dye stuff, you can use it as backgrounds for collages. I hope my thing is still working. And I hope you're learning from my mistakes. Let's see. Just, it didn't pull all the color, but you can see her. That's a little better than on the other paper. Okay. Well, what do you think about maybe putting down some color and just trying some random stuff? Let's just do some random. I don't care if the colors bleed. I am gonna do random things right now. Okay. Let's get this bad boy down there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm dropping all of my stencils. Okay. Now, I think what we want to do is put a paper on here and really push down to try and to lift the stuff that's in between. Ah, jeez Louise. Ran over my own hand. The stuff that's in between everything on this stencil. And then I'll pull the stencil. Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of cool. It moved, obviously, but I will pull this stencil. You can see some of it. Oh, this should go on something, shouldn't it? Let's see. Because that's a lot of good ink, or that is a lot of good color right there. Paint. Just try and get that off. Which didn't really work. Okay. Well, we'll set it aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. And let's see if we've got something that we can do some mark making with in the meantime. I just had a different piece of cardboard here. Oh, jeez. Gotta wipe off the brayer. What did I do with that other piece of cardboard? Well, this will work. Okay. Okay. Do a little bit of mark making. What else can we do? What else? What else? I've got to clean that. Well, I know I've got a ton of things that I could use for mark making. I just know I do. Yeah, I could use one of these, couldn't I? Okay. Now we let it dry. That's going to take quite some time. I'm probably going to speed it up right here. Alizarin Crimson Hue. So let's try this. I know I've used this before. What do you think about mixing this with something else? With what, though? With what? We could do orange, cadmium orange. You know what? We can do anything we want. That's the beauty of this craft. I think I should have done this just the opposite. So I should have used the light color on the bottom as the bottom layer, so it would be the top layer when you pull the print. But you know, you learn from your mistakes, and there's always stuff you can do, right? Oh, let's put some of this magenta in there. Oh dear, that is a lot of paint. I feel like it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. What are we going to pull this with, though? What are we going to pull this with? This right here? Oh, this is like tissue paper. That's what this is. And the other is rice paper, I think. I'm not sure if this is going to work well because it's so thin. Getting a little bit of pressure now so that I can get that black and get those marks stencil. And I think this is going to be my last for this video because I don't like to do real long videos and bore people. But hopefully you've learned something from me. Like I said, learn from my mistakes. And we'll both get better together. Well, that didn't work. And the paper's pulling apart. So you know what? I'm going to use another piece of paper. Egads. And pull this. I mean, that is pretty. That's the three colors together. That's a really pretty color, I gotta say. So I am going to... What am I going to do? What is Velvet going... I'm going to pull from this other side of this paper. The side that doesn't seem like it should be printed onto. Because this is kind of a rough side. And the other side is not. So I think this is the... It's either the calligraphy paper or the rice paper. And I'm leaning towards calligraphy paper. Like a practice calligraphy paper. Let's see. Oh, this is a better print. I mean, at least it's getting it off the page. And that is unique and interesting. Look at what it left behind. Okay, so that's that pull. It is very interesting, isn't it? You could totally use that in collage. And you could use some spray on it too. Oops, this bad boy is... Alright, let's put something on here. Let's do this again. And just pull this and see if we can get the rest of that black off. We're going to use that, and we're going to use this. I should have put the purple next to the magenta. Well, am I still in screen? Yep, looks like I am. Alright. I should be using a smaller brayer. And you know what? I'm going to use a smaller brayer for this one. Since I want to kind of keep them separated for just a minute. So the magenta went into the turquoise, and the turquoise went into the purple. And now I'm just going to go like this. Smooth it all out. See what happens. I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing will happen. We could totally do some mark making on this part right here. That could be a very pretty color. It's still very wet, so I'm going to see if I can find a better piece of paper. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use some cardstock. Which is probably what I should have done all along. Alright, no backs. Please don't sit on my chair. Alright. Okay. Now, I know I've got another clean brayer here. Here's my small brayer. So, since this is the last one I'm going to do today, I'm hoping that this will take off everything from the plate. Hi, Baxter. He's hitting my butt with his paw. Mommy, I need you. Mom, you know I'm here? Mom. Mom. Mommy. Oh. Well, that's going to need another pull, but how cool are those colors together, huh? Ooh, yes. I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock. See if I can get this up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use some handmade paper. I kind of paid a fortune for this, but what am I going to use it for if I don't use it for this? And I think it will be just fine. At least they're pretty colors. And if I do a colorful journal, wouldn't this be a pretty, you know, some pretty colors to put in it? It's like a folded page, or you can make a pocket out of it. Or, I know you're here. Hi. I said, Mommy, I'm here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, it's pulling. That's good. I just want to get these little air bubbles. Whoops. Okay, maybe you don't want to do that. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can deal with that. That's pretty. You can put some stencils on there. You can make some marks with black. You could even do some marks with white in the, you know, in the spots that I was going to try and get some of this off, but I don't think it's going to work. No. Okay, well, that's a good place to stop. I had a bunch of stencils out that I was planning to use, and I had a feeling I wasn't going to, because I've got these new ones that I picked up. Like this one here probably would have looked nice on this, right? And who knows, maybe I'll do a little spraying with some distress ink, like the black soot that's not really, really black, so you can still see the color through it. Okay, doggy, I know you're here. I know you need something. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in and for hitting the like button, subscribing. Mwah, kiss for the Baxter. Baxie says hi. And you have a great day. Thanks, bye.